What is up everyone, and we are back with another guide about Phantasy Star Online 2. Today we are talking about what to make with the Enhancement Boost event that's happening on November 25th. This event ends on December 8th, 2020, and it gives a boost to Enhancement Aid plus 10%. This is when you are grinding units and skill rings. Augmentation Aid plus 10%. This is when you're augmenting your items. Enhancement EXP plus 15%. This is when you're grinding your weapons into weapons. The EXP increases by 15%. Lastly is Great Enhancement Aid plus 25%. This is when you're grinding your weapons into weapons. It increases the chance of Great Success. Great Success boosts your EXP gain dramatically. So whether your goal is to augment for yourself or augment to make Meseta, these are the current high price augments and items to take a look at. First up is the Ray series. This series was introduced back when we started the game on the PC version. This series was extremely expensive and everyone wanted to get their hand on these. They were released with Rising Weapon Badge number 2, and this series helped boost my channel. I made the first Rising Weapon Badge number 2 form guide on June 18th, and that video got over 7,000 views. The reason for this series is because of its special ability factor of Astral, a plus 35 attack, plus 35 defense, plus 35 dex, plus 35 HP, and plus 5 PP augment. This is one of the best soul augments in the game besides the future Guardian Soul. Guardian Soul is a 70 attack, defense, dex, HP, and 7 PP augment. But in order to make this, you need Astral Soul augments as well as Aether Factor, Mana Reverie, and Absolute Glare, which isn't released yet. So since Ray series has Astral Soul as its special ability factor, when you're affixing it, it will augment at a 100% transfer rate unless you are upslotting. With endgame near, most players are making 7 to 8 slot weapons, and with Astral Soul and endgame augment and fodder augment, it is highly recommended to get this to 7 or 8 slots. I previously made an 8 slot Ray series weapon and sold that for 300 million Meseta, but I believe the going rate is a little lower from 200 million to 250 million, and that's on ship 1. I'm not sure on the other ships. So, the first thing you should try to make and create is an 8 slot Ray series weapon. With the Enhancement Boost event of 10% and an Augment 8 boost of 40%, the chance of upslotting from 7 to 8 is a 16.78% chance. A very low chance, but with a high payoff if successful. You could also make an 8 slot Zeinesis Series weapon. This specific weapon has a potential of Guardians of Life, which gives a flat 10% bonus when augmenting. So if your goal is to make one of these and augment it out, then transfer all the augments from this Zeinesis series onto your endgame weapon, it is a very good choice because with the Enhancement Boost Aid of 10%, Guiding to Life 10%, and a 40% Augment Aid booster, that gives you a 90% chance each augment will be successful, for a total chance of 43.05% chance upslotting from 7 to 8 slots. So the Zeinesis series weapon is only for those who want to augment one weapon, keep it for endgame, and augment transfer these to their endgame weapon. And if that's for you, this series is for you. Ray series and Zeinesis series are the only two weapon series, in my opinion, that are really worth upslotting to 8 slots. Ray series for straight Meseta or for yourself, and Zeinesis series for augmenting endgame with augment transfer passes. With these current percentages, there's also an augment called Augment Guidance, which gives you a flat 5% bonus boost to your augment success rate. The only downside is that these are currently extremely expensive. A 7 slot is around 2 to 5 million each on ship 1, and you need 3 of them. It is very likely that these will be sold out, but if you did add these to your weapon before trying to upslot, the success rate from the Ray series from 7 to 8 will be a 27.24% chance, up from that 16.78% chance. The Zeinesis series will be a 66.34% chance, up from 43.05%. Next up are the augments that are highly worth making, and they are Astral Soul, Aether Factor, Mana Reverie, Doom Break 3, and Veterans Resolve 5. Astral Soul, Aether Factor, and Mana Reverie. These are 3 out of the 4 augments required to make Guardian Soul, the absolute best single augment in the game, so that's why you need to create these. When you create these, they don't need to be all on one gear to create Guardian Soul. So if Guardian Soul is your goal, I highly recommend making them on separate pieces. Also, you need to make 3 augments of each of them because since you have 3 unit pieces, you would want Guardian Soul on each of them. If Guardian Soul isn't your goal, then you should still create these augments since they sell for a premium on the market, especially Mana Reverie. If you feel like skipping these 3 augments, you can easily substitute augmenting these with capsules. In late episode 6, based on the Japan version, there will be capsules like the Grand, Graceful, and Elegant capsules that will add Astral Soul, Aether Factor, or Mana Reverie when used. These capsules cost 120 mission badges, so stock up on those and use your gold mission passes to get mission badges. Don't worry if you miss out on the enhancement boost week because these capsules are an easier way to make these augments. To create an Astral Soul at a 60% success rate besides a special ability factor, you need 4 Soul Catalysts and 1 Soul of Darkness. Soul Catalysts are created by a 10% chance by combining Elder, Luther, Apprentice, Gemini, and Persona souls. To create an Aether Factor at a 60% success rate, it requires 4 Factor Catalysts, created by a 10% success rate by combining Yamato, Mother, and Deus Factor, and 1 Aether Soul, created at a 10% success rate by combining 2 of the following augments: Full Vega Soul, Asgardi Soul, or Eastern Soul, just pick any 2. To create Mana Reverie at a 60% success rate, it requires 4 Reverie Catalysts, created at a 10% success rate by combining Elder, Luther, Apogena, Gemini, and Persona Reveries, and 1 Omega Memoria, created at a 10% success rate by combining Historia Soul, Fabula Soul, and Omega Reverie. As you can see, they all have a 10% success rate with no boost, so with the enhancement boost event of 10% and a Augment 8 booster of 40%, you will have a 60% chance of creating these catalysts and their respective other augments. The next ones are 2-tiered augments, Doombreak 3 and Veteran Resolve 5. These 2 augments are good, but the better one is Crack 5, which isn't released yet. However, these 2 augments can be carried to endgame as their stats are decently good. Doombreak 3 gives 30 attack and 4 to PP. Doombreak 3 requires 25 Doombreak 1s to create 1 Doombreak 3. To create Doombreak 2 at a 100% success rate, you need 5 Doombreak 1s plus the enhancement boost event of 10% plus Augment 8 boost of 40% for a 100% chance of success. And to create Doombreak 3 at a 100% chance of success, you need 5 Doombreak 2s plus enhancement boost events of 10% plus Augment 8 boost of 40% for a 100% chance of success. Without the enhancement boost events, this will be a 90% chance of success, so this event will greatly help you in creating a Doombreak 3. The next one is Veteran Resolve 5, and this one gives 30 to attack, defense, dex, HP, and 5 to PP. This one is extremely expensive to make, and it's about 1 billion Meseta to create one. To create Veteran Resolve 5, you need 3 Veteran Resolve 4, and that is only a 20% chance of success. With the enhancement boost events of 10% and an Augment 8 boost of 40%, that is only a 70% chance of success. Down the tier, Veteran Resolve 4 requires 3 Veteran Resolve 3, and with all the boosts, the chance of success is only 80%. Tier 3 and Tier 2 is a 100% chance with all of these boosts. But this augment is extremely expensive, and most people skip this augment because Crack 5 is cheaper and better when it gets released. If you look at the personal shop and look for Veteran Resolve 1, most of them are a 1 slot unit with 3 million Meseta price tag, and you need 81 Veteran Resolve 1 to create 1 Veteran Resolve 5, and that's only if you don't fail an augment upgrade. I hope everyone here can create these items and augments on the Enhancement Boost event. I'm sharing you what I will be doing, and in doing so I'll lose a lot of Meseta in profits. Most of my videos change the markets dramatically, and instead of keeping my guides to myself to make Meseta, I've shared them with you, so a like, comment, or subscription is greatly appreciated. Thank you all for tuning in and listening, and until next time.